The world feels increasingly fragile. Food prices are soaring and our modern systems are breaking. But what if you could turn your backyard, no matter how small, into a self-sustaining ecosystem? This isn't just gardening, it's permaculture. Founded by Bill Mollison, this system is a design for life. Today, we're breaking down the 12 principles of permaculture. These aren't just rules for plants, they're a roadmap for survival and abundance. Let's dive in. Principle 1. Observe and interact. Before you dig a single hole, you must watch. Where does the sun hit at 2 p.m.? Where does the water pool after a storm? By taking the time to engage with nature, we can design solutions that fit our specific environment. As Mollison said, the problem is the solution. Don't fight the land, learn from it. Your observation is the most valuable tool in your shed. Principle 2. Catch and store energy. Nature provides free resources every day: sunlight, rain, and wind. Our job is to catch them when they're abundant so we can use them when they're scarce. Think of rainwater tanks, solar panels, or even simple compost piles that trap heat and nutrients. By creating reservoirs of energy, we build a system that thrives even during the lean times. Stop letting your resources run off. Start storing your wealth. Principle 3. Obtain a yield. You cannot farm on an empty stomach. While we build for the future, the system must provide for today. Whether it's fresh berries, eggs, or even just the beauty of a flower, every element should produce something useful. A design that doesn't yield a return is just a hobby. In permaculture, we ensure that our efforts reward us with tangible results. Don't just work for the land, make sure the land works for you. Principle 4. Apply self-regulation and accept feedback. Nature is the best teacher. If a plant withers, it's telling you something about the soil. If a system is too much work, it's telling you the design is wrong. We must be humble enough to listen and adjust. By regulating our own consumption and responding to the land's feedback, we prevent small problems from becoming disasters. Remember, the system is a mirror of your management. Principle 5. Use and value renewable resources and services. Why buy fertilizer when you can use manure? Why use a lawnmower when a sheep can do the job? We should always prioritize resources that replenish themselves. Sunlight, wind, and biological processes are free and eternal. By reducing our reliance on non-renewable inputs, we build true independence. In this system, the waste of one becomes the wealth of another. Principle 6. Produce no waste. In nature, waste does not exist. A fallen leaf is food for a worm. A kitchen scrap is a feast for a pig. By valuing every byproduct, we close the loop. If you have a waste problem, you have an unused resource. Your goal is to design a system where everything is recycled, reused, or returned to the earth. Abundance is born when we stop throwing things away. Principle 7. Design from patterns to details. Don't get lost in the bushes before you see the forest. Nature works in patterns: the spiral of a shell, the branching of a tree, the flow of a river. By observing these big picture patterns, we can design more efficient systems. Build the skeleton of your homestead first: the zones, the water flow, and the main structures. Once the pattern is right, the details will fall into place naturally. Lay out the master plan before you plant the first seed. Principle 8. Integrate rather than segregate. In a broken system, elements work in isolation. In permaculture, every element performs multiple functions, and every function is supported by multiple elements. Don't just build a fence. Plant a living fence that provides food, wind protection, and habitat. When we place things in the right relationship, they support each other, reducing our workload. Synergies are the secret to a self-running garden. Many hands make light work. Principle 9. Use small and slow solutions. We live in a world obsessed with big and fast, but nature doesn't rush. Small systems are easier to manage and more resilient to change. Start with one garden bed, one rain barrel, or one compost pile. Master the small scale before you expand. A slow, steady growth builds a foundation that won't collapse under its own weight. It's better to have a small garden that works than a massive farm that fails. Patience is your greatest asset. Principle 10. Use and value diversity. Monocultures are fragile. A single pest can wipe out an entire field of the same crop, but in diversity is strength. By planting a variety of species, we create a web of life that protects itself. If one crop fails, another thrives. Diversity isn't just about plants, it's about different ideas, different animals, and different solutions working together. A diverse system is a resilient system. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Build a polyculture. Principle 11. Use edges and value the marginal. The most interesting things happen at the borders. Where the forest meets the field or the land meets the water, that's where life is most abundant. In permaculture, we create edges to maximize productivity. Think of a wavy pond edge instead of a straight one. By valuing the margins and the overlooked spaces, we find hidden opportunities for growth. The edge is where the magic happens. Don't ignore the boundaries, leverage them. Principle 12. Creatively use and respond to change. Change is the only constant. A tree falls, a season is unusually dry, or a new pest arrives. In permaculture, we don't fear change, we use it. We observe the shift and adapt our design. This is the final and most important lesson. Be flexible. The system you build today will evolve tomorrow. Design for change, and you design for eternity. These 12 principles are your tools to build a world of abundance. Now the question is, which principle will you start with today?